what are your favorite apps, that help you as a blind woman?
Seeing AI is one of my favorite apps for the blind and visually impaired. And Be My Eyes is a good one too. I actually use that one a lot when I go shopping.
And can you kind of explain both of those?
So Seeing AI is like an artificial intelligence type app for the blind and visually impaired that helps us kind of read things, identify cash, identify lighting, identify color, things like that. It can also read handwriting, which is cool. It has like a setting because like people send me cards sometimes and I can use the handwriting setting to read what they wrote. Mm-hmm. And which also helps at work because there's a whiteboard that people write on and I can have access to what everybody says, and normally I wouldn't be able to read all that. So Be My Eyes is another app for the blind and visually impaired, but you get a live person on the other line and they can help you with things that require sight. And when I go to the mall by myself, I can usually find clothing that I like by myself, but I can't find the size that I need. So I usually use Be My Eyes, and I'll open up the app, I'll call somebody, and I'll be like, what size is this? Can you help me find the size I need? And they'll help me, and I'll be happy and go on my merry way.
Yeah, so Be My Eyes is kind of like you call upon someone else to help see, it'll activate your camera and someone will it's essentially like a FaceTime call, and they'll like someone on the other end will explain to you what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And then what was the first app?
Seeing AI.
Seeing AI is more of it uses the camera data to tell you certain things, read text or things like that.
Yeah.
And you said colors too?
Yeah, and money and lighting. Like it can
tell
how much light is in its point, like it does it like by beeping at you kind of. So like if I had it pointed at the window, it would be like a more intense, like high pitched beeping sound. And if I pointed it towards the darker area, it would be like lower pitched and less frequent beeps.
Interesting. How would it read text to you?
So you just kind of, take a picture of the text and it'll read it to you.
Oh, okay. So it's like voiceover.
Yeah, it also has a barcode scanner. So like, let's say like you have one of those mixed variety boxes of chips or something and you can't tell them apart. You can just scan the QR code and it'll tell you what chips you have.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Have you heard of Menus for the Blind?
Menus, like Braille menus?
Well, this is a new app. I've talked to them. They're great people. But the Menus for the Blind, and they basically made this app called Menus for the Blind, where it basically makes all restaurant menus. They basically made a database of almost every restaurant that makes it, eligible, like legible for screen readers.
Right. That's pretty cool. I haven't heard of that.
Instead of like paper menus or, websites that aren't like accessible, it basically made them in a format that screen readers can read pretty easily.
That's awesome.
It's just something to maybe check out,
Yeah.
Menus for the Blind.
Yeah, the last time I went to a restaurant with a Braille menu, I spent quite a while trying to figure out what I wanted to eat, and it turns out they didn't even have the item that I requested because the Braille menu was not up to date.
I hate to laugh at that, but it's. I feel like Braille doesn't get any love, man.
No,
it feels like everyone's giving. I feel like the world's giving up on Braille.